Welcome to the Heritage Coaches Show. I'm Tom White along with Coach Chad Frazier. And Coach, last week, 3-0, winning the Aaron's Lucky Dog Conyers Cup. What's been the biggest hurdle so far as you look forward to the rest of your season?
Well, Tom, we're getting into deeper into region play now, coming up on week 2 in our region. We're going to face probably some of the top teams here in the next few weeks in our region. Not having a bye week throughout the season is going to play a role in with depth and injuries and that kind of thing. So really looking forward to the next challenge, and this week is Cedar Shoals.
And we'll recap the Salem game from last week, and we'll be back with that and news from around the region here in just a moment on the GHSA.TV network. For nearly 30 years, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro has been serving Conyers and Rockdale County the best pizza, gyros, Greek salads, and more. Using only the freshest ingredients, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro has created a list of loyal customers a mile long. Located on Highway 138 in Conyers next to Radio Shack, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro invites you to come in and try them just once, and they promise that you'll be back. Stop in today for a fresh pizza piled high with toppings or a gyro that you will never forget. Monday night is trivia night for prizes. In a hurry? Call in and order at 770-483-6228. Again, that's 770-483-6228 for Atlanta Pizza and Gyro.
Randy's Carpet Plus, Rockdale's oldest floor covering store, offers a 10,000 square foot showroom warehouse with quality name brand hardwood floors, laminate, carpet, ceramic tile, and more. And unlike the big box chain stores, our quality control standards are high, and we have perhaps the best staff in the flooring business. Rest assured, we take care of all of your needs from start to finish. For a limited time, take advantage of 12-month no-payment financing. For the best selection, value, and service for all your flooring needs, make it Randy's Carpet Plus on Dogwood Drive in Conyers.
Welcome back to the Heritage Football Show with Coach Chad Frazier. I'm Tom White. And Coach, last week's game against Salem started out the same as the previous games. A little slow on offense, but defense and special teams really kept you in the game and kept Salem off the board.
Right, Tom. Defense has played extremely well. Special teams has been great the first 3 games of the season. Offense has started a little bit slow. We got to find our rhythm. And Friday night we had some pieces changed around a little bit on our offensive line, and we found some good things that we like and things that we'll move forward with in the future. Special teams, I was a little disappointed in our penalties the other night. We had been very solid up until that point with our play on special teams, and really it was just one phase. It was our punt block unit where we roughed the kicker a couple of times, and then we had a block in the back another time. So, but overall, special teams, defense, been the strength of our team, and we feel like the offense is going to get rolling this week.
Miles Hunter in the first half had a great interception that set up Mercer Bradley for a 10-yard run on a misdirection play that I was watching again today, and I understand how our cameraman completely missed the play because everyone seemed to be going in 5 different directions.
Right. Miles Hunter took a tip pass and returned it to the 10-yard line, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 yards on the return, which was a great play. He caught a tip ball from on a stop route by a Salem receiver, and then on the very next play, Mercer Bradley on a trap play where we have some misdirection, and our offensive line did a great job of securing blocks, and our backs did a great job of fakes, and Mercer took it right in the end zone.
So the first half for the Patriots was primarily defense, special teams, and the second half they kept it back and kept it going, and we'll be back in just a moment to talk about the second half here on the GHSA.TV network.
The 3rd annual Cruising for Careers Car Show and Fall Festival is just around the corner. October 27th at Rockdale Career Academy on Parker Road in Conyers. This year's show features classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles competing in every class for Best in Show as well as People's Choice. There's something for the whole family, including face painting, trunk or treat, and more. The event is free to the public and only $20 to enter your car, truck, or motorcycle in the show. All proceeds benefit the programs at Rockdale Career Academy. We'll see you on Saturday, October 27th for the 3rd annual Cruising for Careers Car Show and Fall Festival.
Small town feel with big time flavor. The Oaks Family Diner on Flat Shoals Road has the home cooked meals that you're looking for. Breakfast served all day, including homemade biscuits and an unmatched selection of omelets. Open from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Oaks Family Diner is a crowd pleaser with their daily lunch specials and Cakes by Mary. There's something for everyone. So stop by tomorrow at 1040 Flat Shoals Road in Conyers and see what the buzz is all about at the Oaks Family Diner. Welcome back to the Heritage Football Show with Coach Chad Frazier. And Coach, during the break, we were talking about the second half and how unusual it was in terms of how defense and special teams dominated the game was in the second half for Heritage.
Right. It was the most unusual game, Tom, in the fact that all night we only ran about 25 offensive plays. And in the fourth quarter, we only ran 2, and that was Victory O, which is my favorite play. But in the third quarter, it was defense and special teams. A couple of times we forced them to punt, and then special teams, the punt block unit would commit a roughing the kicker, which kept the defense on the field. We had a great punt return that took it down to the 1, so we had a one-play drive where we scored a touchdown. The defense was right back out on the field. The defense recovered a fumble, took it down and scored, which put the defense right back out on the field. So a very unusual chain of events, but one that we're happy with.
The one punt that Obie Fortune ran back to the 1, it was almost like you told your all of defenders on special teams, just stand up. Just stand up. It worked out.
Well, it was a little disappointing how hard we worked during the week, and to have those penalties to where we're giving them extra opportunities, and good football teams like Salem, we just can't do that. So you're right. That last one, it was our Jesse James where we hold them up, and it was don't move. Nobody go after the punter, and it paid off for us.
And it set up Myron Fears for a 1-yard touchdown run.
That's right. A little power eye set that we utilize. We bring those big linebackers over there, and they lead block. And
defense definitely played a role.
That's right. We pull those big defensive guys over there and let them block a little bit. And Myron Fears ran it right in from the 1-yard line, and then Harrison Cope added the extra point.
So 21-7 was the final score of the game Friday night, and that got you the Aaron's Lucky Dog Conyers Cup again this year. And 3-0 start. We'll come back in just a little bit, and we'll talk about what we have coming up next week. After we get back, we'll do some news from around the region, see what's going on with that as everybody's in region play at this point. So we'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. For nearly 30 years, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro has been serving Conyers and Rockdale County the best pizza, gyros, Greek salads, and more. Using only the freshest ingredients, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro has created a list of loyal customers a mile long. Located on Highway 138 in Conyers next to Radio Shack, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro invites you to come in and try them just once, and they promise that you'll be back. Stop in today for a fresh pizza piled high with toppings or a gyro that you will never forget. Monday night is trivia night for prizes. In a hurry? Call in and order at 770-483-6228. Again, that's 770-483-6228 for Atlanta Pizza and Gyro. Welcome back to the Patriot Football Show with Coach Chad Frazier. Coach, this week, 10th in the state in 5A. You're number 1 in the region. Is this where you thought you would be 3 weeks in?
Well, you know, you're coming back from last season with the kids that we have returning and the preparation that was put in all off season, we felt like we had a good chance to be where we are. You know, at this point, with the stretch that we're in, we have to stay healthy and stay focused and stay hungry. We can't get complacent because you know, as soon as we feel like we're starting to climb on, you know, be on the top of that mountain is when we'll slip. Well, we might slip and fall. So, you know, we're happy to be where we are, but we've got a lot of football ahead of us.
Obviously, Heritage beat Salem in region action, and Gainesville got the record to 2-0, brought them to second in the region with a win at Winder Barrow.
Right, Gainesville, a very tough team, put a woodshed beating on Winder Barrow. They have a lot of athletes, a lot of speed. They run a spread style offense, and they have the returning player of the year out of AAA from last year, and the kid's just a junior at quarterback. So, you know, they do a lot of things with him. He's a phenomenal athlete and well coached, a lot of tradition at Gainesville, a great program.
And Clark Central, athletic once again over Loganville.
Yes, Clark Central, there's a lot of teams like that in our region, but Clark Central, a lot of tradition, very well known for their winning ways in football, beat up on Loganville a little bit, and you know, we have them down the road and look forward to that matchup.
And Flowery Branch gets into the win column for the first time this season against Cedar Shoals.
Right, 2 athletic teams, Cedar Shoals, an up-and-coming team this year with a new head coach and a lot of new things going on in their program. They're at 2-1. They did fall to Flowery Branch this week, who is now at 1-2, but you know, their first 2 games, as we had talked about in earlier episodes, played a very tough schedule, and it was a high-scoring game. 2 good teams there.
And Appalachia, the only team from the region, off last week. You mentioned earlier about bye weeks. Can they be momentum killers, or are they a good week to rebuild?
Well, ideally, you kind of like them in the middle of the season. If any, you know, at the latest, you'd like them about week 7 or 8, where you've got a couple of games left, and we were fortunate to have that last year. You want some time to heal up because your bodies, you know, your players get banged up throughout the year. Unfortunately for us, we go 10 straight games and then have a bye week at the very end, and you know, so we're not real crazy about that. But it was the hand we're dealt, and we're just going to make the most of it.
Okay. Well, that's news from around the region, and we'll be back just a moment to talk about tomorrow night's game against the Cedar Shoals Jaguars here on the GHSA.TV network.
Randy's Carpet Plus, Rockdale's oldest floor covering store, offers a 10,000 square foot showroom warehouse with quality name brand hardwood floors, laminate, carpet, ceramic tile, and more. And unlike the big box chain stores, our quality control standards are high, and we have perhaps the best staff in the flooring business. Rest assured, we take care of all of your needs from start to finish. For a limited time, take advantage of 12-month no-payment financing. For the best selection, value, and service for all your flooring needs, make it Randy's Carpet Plus on Dogwood Drive in Conyers.
Welcome back to the Heritage Football Show with Coach Chad Frazier. I'm Tom White, and tomorrow, Jaguars come into town. They got a 2-1 record after they lost last week to Flowery Branch. So this week, what can we look forward to? What have you guys worked on?
Well, Cedar Shoals is a very athletic team. They've got a lot of team speed, a lot of quick, tall, skilled players. On the offensive and defensive line, they've got some really humongous linemen, guys that can move, guys that can push you around. You know, that we're going to be undersized in this game on both sides of the ball. We're going to have to use our quickness. We're going to have to use great technique to stop their skilled players. We're going to have to take great angles, play sound assignment, and really, you know, get 11 guys around the football. Our backs and our receivers and our quarterback are going to have to execute. We've got to take care of the football, minimize penalties, and certainly minimize turnovers. You know, last week we had 3 turnovers, the 2 fumbles and an interception, and we won't be able to get away with that this week.
So tomorrow night, 7:30 is kickoff. We kick off our coverage at 7 o'clock. And last week you won the Aaron's Lucky Dog Conyers Cup, which is more than a mouthful. But there were other players who won some awards, and we'll be back in just a moment to cover those guys here on the GHSA.TV network.
The 3rd annual Cruising for Careers Car Show and Fall Festival is just around the corner. October 27th at Rockdale Career Academy on Parker Road in Conyers. This year's show features classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles competing in every class for Best in Show as well as People's Choice. There's something for the whole family, including face painting, trunk or treat, and more. The event is free to the public and only $20 to enter your car, truck, or motorcycle in the show. All proceeds benefit the programs at Rockdale Career Academy. We'll see you on Saturday, October 27th for the 3rd annual Cruising for Careers Car Show and Fall Festival.
Welcome back to the Heritage Football Show with Coach Chad Frazier. And Coach, congratulations again on the Conyers Cup victory. This is the third year?
Third year in a row.
Third year in a row. And in getting to that victory, a lot of players on both sides of the ball kind of went above and beyond. And this is the segment where we always reward those guys with a little extra publicity on the internet.
Yes, sir. Our Players of the Week award, offensively, our Player of the Week is Collis Johnson. And Collis is a right guard for us. And Collis is a senior this year. He graded out at 89%, and Collis did a tremendous job. He's a leader in our program. He's obviously a leader on the field and a leader of that offensive line. He's got great technique and a great work ethic, and Collis Johnson was our Offensive Player of the Week this week. Our Defensive Player of the Week is Chase Alford. Chase had 19 total tackles, which is unheard of. Chase had a tackle for loss. He had a forced fumble, a fumble recovery that he returned 45 yards for a touchdown. And he got 9 helmet awards this week, which is really spectacular. Our Special Teams Player of the Week is a sophomore, Obi Fortune, number 6. He's our punt returner. Obi had a 61-yard punt return against Salem and was 1 yard from putting it in for the end zone. Obi does a lot of good things for us on offense and defense as well, and he's our Special Teams Player of the Week. Our USA flag bearer this week is Myron Fears. Myron scored a touchdown from the running back position. Myron's a senior this year. He's done a lot of great things through the years in our program. He's a great kid and gets to carry that USA flag this week. Our Black Death flag goes to that extra defender, Roderick Darden. Roderick earned himself a starting spot this week against Cedar Shoals. Roderick he came in as a substitute this week as sort of a second-string guy against Salem. And in his plays, the few plays that he had 6 tackles. He had a tackle for loss. He had 2 sacks, which were huge. And so Roderick's going to carry that Black Death flag. Our Sledgehammer Award goes to the Big Lick Award, and there was a number of those guys. But Marshall Taplin got the Big Lick Award, the Sledgehammer Award. And then we have a number of hammers this week. And you'll see those guys wearing black stripes, and they wear those proud. Miles Kitt on the fumble return. Michael Rayford, Chase Alford, Dominique Packer, Ryan Phillips, Stephen Everson, Shartavius Lundy, Marshall Taplin, Seth Fallon, and Dustin Moore. So we had 10 hammers this week, and that was a very physical game. And I admire Salem. They've got some guys that'll come in there and try to strike you. And and I'm glad to see our guys answered. But great ball game last Friday night, and hopefully we'll have a lot of these awards after this Cedar game.
So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we start our broadcast, 7:30 is kickoff. You guys taking on Cedar Shoals, and look forward to it. I'm very excited to see this game as you get deeper and deeper into region action. And if you can't make it out to Evans Memorial, make sure that you stay right here on the GHSA.TV network. We'll see you next week. For Coach, for James Dinsmore running the controls, I'm Tom White. Have a great weekend.
Number 21, Myron Sears at the middle. Takes it all the way down for a 30-50 touchdown.